On December 6, 2024, Burkina Faso's military head, Captain Ibrahim Traore, dismissed Prime Minister Apollinaire Joachim Kyelem de Tambela and dissolved the government. The specific reasons for his dismissal are not yet confirmed, but it is in reaction to the growing frustration with the failure of the government to resolve the increasing security crisis in the country. Traore came to power in a 2022 military coup and made fighting jihadist violence a big part of his agenda, but the constant instability and rapid expansion of extremist groups across Burkina Faso have cast aspersions on the validity of his leadership, with the potential that the dismissal of his prime minister could be an effort toward new leadership and a fresh approach in battling the crisis. The relations between Traore and the prime minister had been cold for some time. The military junta, led by Traore, has come under increasing pressure from the public and from military factions to deliver visible results in securing the country. Still trying to stabilize the security situation after the coup, violent attacks by Islamist militants in both north and east have considerably grown, creating a humanitarian situation with thousands displaced. What probably pushed Traore further to make such an unexpectedly bold move in shuffling his cabinet is to demonstrate an inclination to change and show responsiveness in tackling the growing unrest. Moreover, Traore's leadership has been criticized for failing to make significant strides in peacekeeping efforts despite promising to prioritize security and stability. Burkina Faso has faced repeated attacks from jihadist groups affiliated with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State, and its military has struggled to counter such threats. The administration, led by Traore, has been under extreme pressure for failing to realize its promise of peace. Kyelem de Tambela's dismissal could also suggest that the leadership seems to be assuming responsibility for the failure in managing the security situation. Another plausible explanation could be the increasing pressure inside the military. The reason Traore's coup received significant support in the first instance was because of his promises to reverse the country's deteriorating security conditions, and he was seen as a figure capable of revitalizing the fight against terrorism. But since this has not changed with time, the lack of any tangible progress might have led to disgruntlement within the military ranks, particularly if Kyelem de Tambela was viewed as not fully supporting Traore's vision. In this regard, the sacking of the prime minister may be Traore's way of assuring both his supporters and his detractors that he means business in terms of fixing the problems besetting Burkina Faso. Traore's leadership, to ensure an end to violence and restoration of peace in Burkina Faso, has not worked as expected. The country continues to grapple with growing levels of insecurity, with large swathes of its territory still beyond government control. Such a failure of restoration of peace raises questions as to the ability of Traore to steer the nation from its crisis. The possible reason behind the dismissal of the prime minister was an attempt toward readjustment in the leadership and strategy in pursuit of stability, which Traore had pledged. However, the effectiveness of these moves remains uncertain, as the underlying causes of the conflict, including extremist ideology and regional instability, persist. Ultimately, Traore's leadership faces a critical test as he works to deliver on his promises and bring peace to Burkina Faso. By sacking his prime minister and dissolving the government, the military would be sending a message to the public that it is serious about its commitment to security. But without tangible results on the ground, it's not clear if this change will be enough to restore peace or add to the growing instability in the region.